Welcome back everyone for a new gym session. Today, since the last few days have been very tiring, I decided that I will stick to the bare minimum. I know, I fucked up, but doesn't mean I can't do something great today. It's just that I'm just going to do the two main lifts that I was about to go for, mainly squat and partial deadlift, heavy partial deadlift. And so I want to remind you that this mesocycle, the goal is to reach about 160 on the squat. So today we are going to attempt that. And then on the partial deadlift, that's going to be about 240, which we are also going to attempt today and see if that goes well. And if it does, the remaining of the mesocycle, so the next 2 weeks, are mainly going to be about consolidation, just doing more reps at those weights. So next mesocycle, when I move on to 170 on the squat and 250 on the partial deadlift, then this is going to feel so much easy. So that's mainly the goal, moving on to 160. Anyway, so on the squat, as usual, at the moment, I think I found the main cue that I need to focus on in order to keep my technique really good. So when I come back down, I try to really arch my lower back and back in general. When I'm standing up, I try to keep my spine neutral. As I'm going down, I try to arch it a little more, and even try at the bottom to be as tight as I possibly can with my lower back and back in general. Really arching it as much as I possibly can to avoid that butt wink at the bottom where you start seeing the lower back start rounding up at the bottom of the squat. So that's something that I really want to avoid. And so I focus on that, and then I do the opposite. When I start pushing into the ground, I start turning my hips backward, because otherwise I will start pushing into an hyperextended back, which can cause injury. So you don't want that. It's just getting into a strong position with an arch back at the bottom, and then turning your hips to get the spine back into a neutral position and get back to the top. So that's mainly the cue in terms of technique that I'm trying to focus on, as well as the elbow drive, but that will take another time. So here is the big dog, 160. And so far for the other reps, as you saw, I really got a nice depth. So that's really what I want to see, because I've been able to do it 160, but it wasn't really a validated 160. And even though this one didn't go as deep as I would want, that's slightly better. I'm getting better, because there is a lot of psychological issue here where I don't believe that I can get back up, and so I'm scared to go too deep. And so that's mainly, I think, the reason why I wasn't able to actually push and go further down. But it felt okay, and actually I didn't record it because it was kind of in the hype of the moment. I was discussing with some friend, and I realized, oh shit, I need to do another reps, and so I went for it. I barely passed it. Honestly, people around me told me that they didn't think I could actually finish the rep. They thought I was gonna fail, but I didn't. I'm a champion. I don't fail, okay? Anyway, so I went on to, and then since I was distracted, I started warming up with the partial deadlift without recording. So that's why the first rep you saw was already 140 with the straps. And then here I believe we are already at 180. I don't know why I didn't put my belt down already. I think I wanted to put it at 200, because on partial deadlift, the 180 is still fine. But here is the deal. So on my last attempt to 200 on normal deadlift, I saw that my upper back was the issue. My upper back starts rounding when at the top of the deadlift, when it starts getting heavier and heavier. So my very focus here is to actually get my chin down and pull my head, the back of my head backward, to kind of hyperextend my upper back. And that's just a sensation. The upper back is not going to hyperextend, but it just, as I'm pulling the weight, I'm trying to really drive that chin and the back of my head backward in order to hyperextend as much as I possibly can the upper back. In order to really, the way I feel it is really, I'm creating a very strong kinetic chain where there is no more weak point. Where until now it was kind of okay, I was able to pull, but I was kind of scary to hurt myself, and I think that was because subconsciously I felt that there was a leak point in terms of force, which can cause then my body to take the load rather than my muscle. So here, and that's what I start feeling is. Now it seems that the full kinetic chain is engaged from the bottom up and everything. So that's what I was really happy about this. Despite the fact that I was putting more weight, I didn't have this feeling that I had before of being fearful of hurting myself, because I felt that the whole chain was activated and was very strong. So that's something I really want to see in the future on the next workout session with the actual deadlift, how that goes and how that play out, if this feeling translates into actual deadlift, if I feel stronger, because with the deadlift that's mainly the issue that I have is until now I haven't really found a way to feel comfortable or at least not scared to hurt myself. And I think there is a subconscious things going on here, where that's probably the fact that I'm not activating my muscles the right way. I don't know. It just, I think that's something about that's just the technique isn't right, and so subconsciously I know it and I'm restraining myself. So I'm really looking forward for the next session to see if I actually can have this feeling, okay, this is no more a question of anxiety or fear, this is just a question of strength. I'm leading by my strength, not my psychology, not my fears. And that's something I really want to see. So here we have the 240 on the bar. So can I pull it off and validate the step for this mesocycle? But here's the deal. So you will see. So I've managed to do it, but here is the deal. I haven't. Usually I choose another spot in the gym, because here I cannot put the safeties low enough, because here the bar is about my knee level, where when I do partial deadlifts I like to have it just below my knee, and that's not a huge difference, but I'm going to tell you that makes a world of a difference when it comes to actually being able to lift the weight. So that's a 240, but the bar was slightly higher than usual. So that's validated, of course, but that's not very validated. I want next week to actually put the bar at the right position and being able to actually pull off that 240. But that we will see next week. So yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thanks you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the practice session. And actually not, because with some fun we are going to go to the golf course. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.